beautiful souls. I wish you all love, joy, peace, harmony, relaxed minds, clear minds, free minds, open hearts. Today I'm sharing a little light on doing and being. My dear father has recently retired at the age of 81, and he's still clearing out his office space, which he's been doing quite some time now. But he's always been very much a doing person, and for him to be is just simply unheard of. It's not part of his way. And there's many dear souls very much engaged in doing, and they never give themselves sufficient peace and space just to be, just to listen to the voice within, the divine innate spark within each of us, which guides us when we listen, and which helps us to keep aligning with our highest trajectories and our most blessed and higher purposeful ways that we can be in service in this lifetime. I encourage everybody to hold space in nature, to listen to the divine within, to be sure that they are taking action to listen to what is being said to them. When I say taking action to listen to what's being said to them, it's like if your innate is saying one thing and you're doing another, then you're making situations for yourself, and you're creating things which are going to just take longer to resolve. So one of the things that I would say is really helpful if you're very much of a doing person is that you need to repattern and rework the patterns that you've created in your body, in your energetics, in your neural pathways, and in your routines, and the way that you are engaging and living and experiencing your now perfect, beautiful life. I learnt this actually a long time ago from dear Akasha, a friend. And she said, you know, if you normally just like wash up straight after you've eaten something, leave the washing up on the side, even though it's very disruptive and not, you know, very different to what you would normally do it, because you, in order to make new patterns, you have to let go of all of the patterns you've already created, letting go of all of those routines. There are certain routines, of course, you can't really let go of. Animals do much better with a routine. So if you have animals, you need to keep your routines so that they may flourish and be happy and confident and safe and secure, knowing that they have their routines still in place. But there are certain aspects to your day that you can completely change up. You can completely do the reverse. And you don't have to do this for long. You just want to do it for, like, say, a week or so that you can create new patterning, new structures, new ways of being that support a different way of living, a way of being, a way of listening to your highest self, a way of listening to your almighty I Am Presence, because you first have to listen to your highest self before you can get anywhere close to listening to your almighty I Am Presence. And they're two very different streams of, how would I describe it? Two very different frequencies that come through. Your almighty I Am Presence is much more full-bodied, a rounded, strong, empowering, like a gong, like a massive gong inside your body. When your almighty I Am Presence is communicating with you, you feel a sort of like a vibration that's really like a gong throughout the body, whereas the highest self is a slightly different kind of, well, not slightly, a very different kind of frequency. So just consider what it is that you're doing in each day. Are you overdoing it? Are you not giving your time, or are you not giving yourself space in your day to meditate and just to be? Because if you have questions that you need clarity on, like what's my next step? What can I do now? This is like for instance, my dad, yeah. He's not going to know what to do next if he doesn't give himself space just to be. So what he does is he might watch TV, but that's not actually giving himself any space. That's just filling himself with consumption, consuming. And we have to be creative about the way we live. We can't be creative if we're not giving ourselves space in order to be creative. I was at a workshop the other day with Toastmasters, and the speaker was referring to the statue of David and how Michelangelo just sat there in front of this big chunk of marble for days, weeks, months before he even began. And people were saying to him, like, what are you doing? He said, I'm working. And it just looked like he was doing nothing, because sometimes you have to allow the creativity to come and land within you. It's not necessarily just there, and it's certainly not going to be just there if you're constantly filling yourself up and not allowing yourself the space to actually create. You have to give yourself the space, the emptiness. You have to empty yourself, let go of all of the stuff. Give yourself space, space within, space without. Set a new pattern in your days so that you're giving yourself that opportunity to just go within, listen to the divine, go within with a question, like, say, for example, what is my next best step? How can I be of greater service? And listen. You just ask whatever question it is that you want to ask, and just sit there. Just close your eyes. Just come to your heart. You might want to place your hand on your heart. Just listen. Just listen there for as long as it takes. You don't have to move. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to rush. Doing it in nature is the best thing, because if you're in your own house, there are distractions. The door might go, the phone might ring, you might go, oh, I think I need a cup of tea, or whatever it is. Being out in nature, you don't have any distractions. You can't be distracted. You're in nature. You've got the beautiful support of Mother Earth, Gaia. You can place your hands on the soil and get earth at the same time. And it's wonderful and it's wondrous. And so if you are struggling between being and doing, I invite you to go out into nature, to meditate, to practice repatterning the way that you are living by spending 1 week by reversing and dismantling old patterns, and so that you may create new, more empowering ones, so that you can become more in alignment with your divine human, so that you may be more in alignment with allowing the full activation of your crystalline light body and your higher gifts and your highest purpose and your highest new way of living and being on this earth plane. Because we're all having upgrades, we're all going through upgrades, and a lot of people don't like that. They want to hang on to the old. They want to hang on to the old ways. But dismantling is part of it. I don't like to go into dismantling in the sense that I like to focus on creation and love and joy. But I am aware that it's a necessary part of creating the new, is letting go of the old, letting go of the old ways of doing things, letting go of the doing and allowing more of the being. Because sometimes you can just sit there and you might spend a few hours of meditation, but you might be so much more productive because of that. Whereas you might be too busy, all day long busy, and you might feel productive, but you'll burn out because you haven't been giving yourself. And you also receive so much innovation and solution when you're out in nature and you're just in alignment with the flow and the wonder of nature and the harmony of listening to the natural kingdoms, communing with the natural kingdoms, speaking to all as one. How are you living your daily life? Is there space for you to be more as a being rather than a doing. Remember, human being, not human doing. I send you love, joy, and wonderment. My name is ZsaZsa, and I bless you all. Peace.